Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric Romo. I am the Finite Math tutor at Fresno City College, and today we will be talking about the multiplication rule. The multiplication rule deals with intersections. So right here, I'm given this, the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A given B multiplied by the probability of B. So, and vice versa. Probability of A and B is also equal to the probability of B given A multiplied by the probability of A. If I'm given a conditional probability, which are these two, multiply it by the first event to get back the intersection. So, let's go ahead and put this into practice. Now remember, I need to know what the rule of the given conditional probability is. So actually, let's go ahead and talk about that also. A given conditional probability is probability of A given B is equal to the probability of A and B divided by the probability of B. In order to find a given probability, I must divide the intersection of the events, which is this number right here, in question by the first event. I don't know why I'm forgetting my T's in these two. Let's go ahead and change that real quick. So, let's go ahead and put that also into practice. Let's start with the given conditional probability, and I think that will help better understand what's going on for your multiplication rule. Okay, so if I have a given probability, A given B, okay, so I need to find their intersection and multiply it by the probability of the first event. Now notice, in a given, this A part, the first number is the second event. This little line right here means given, and this is your first event. So, the second event given the first event is equal to the intersection divided by this first event. So, what is the probability of drawing a king out of a 52 card deck given it's a heart? Well, the first thing that I need to realize is what is the intersection of a card in a 52 card deck being a king and a heart? Well, there's only one card in an entire deck of 52. That's the king of hearts. So, this part on top will be 1 over 52 divided by the probability of the first event. Now remember, this is the first event right here, so I'm going to need to divide that probability. So the probability is then, what is the probability of drawing a heart? Well, I know that there are 13 total heart cards out of 52. If I were to run my rules of fractions, dividing two fractions, this becomes 1 over 13. Alright, so that's using a given conditional probability. Well, what if I didn't know what this part was? And I was trying to look for that. Well, and a problem gave me instead this part, probability of drawing a king given a heart. And it also gave me probability of drawing a heart, which is 13 out of 52. And I wanted to know the probability of a king and a heart. So, going to our multiplication rule, this intersection is equal to multiplying this number, my given probability, by this number. So, if I go ahead and write probability is equal to uh, 1 over 13 multiplied by 13 over 52. Okay, so this is what I'm replacing my given probability. My given probability here was king given a heart, which is 1 over 13, multiplied by my first event, which is this heart right here, 13 over 52. So if I use my rules of fractions, multiplying across, these must cancel, 1 over 52. And that, in fact, was what we knew in the first place. King and a heart, there's only one, the king of hearts, 1 over 52. So you can go back and forth between knowing, if I know the given conditional probabilities, I can figure out my probability of given. And if I know my given and a probability of the first event, I can then figure out my intersection. And that's all there is to it.